What's up, universe? Josh Brickoleri here from JBVO on YouTube.com, and this is the fourth installment of my VO journey. So far, we've talked about the basics of getting into VO, some of the equipment that you need, some of the websites that you can use to get started. We've talked about a couple of websites specifically. Last week, we focused more so on Fiverr, and we discussed my little vocal booth, quote unquote booth, that I have set up. You can see the blanket behind me there. We talked more about that last week, along with Fiverr, the free website to set up gigs in order to start doing some voiceover work. This week, though, we're going to talk about a different website, a new to me site that I am using in order to get some voiceover work. So we'll catch that right now. Don't forget, if you've not already liked and subscribed the videos on the channel, or subscribed to the channel and liked the videos, please do so. I really appreciate that. I've seen a lot of great support from a lot of friends, people that I know in real life. If you don't know me in real life and you still enjoy my videos, don't be afraid. Subscribe to the channel, become a friend, and join me on this journey. Hopefully I can help you as I learn more and go down this path myself. And I'm just trying to share all the information I gather and distill that into the YouTube universe for others to learn and enjoy. So like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It's much, much appreciated. Anyways, let's talk about what I've been doing this past week to get myself some voiceover work. And that is being a narrator for audiobooks. ACX is the website that I've been using. ACX is Amazon's website to partner authors with producers, the voiceover talent, to create audiobooks for Audible. Everyone knows about Audible, right? Everyone knows about audiobooks. And so someone's got to read those books. So why not be that voice that reads the books? That I thought was a really good way to not only get some work in VO, but also read some books, because I don't typically just take the time to read. So kind of killing two birds with one stone, expanding my horizons, getting some experience. So I figured that'd be a really fun and interesting way for me to get some voiceover work and get the ball rolling. And luckily, I've already secured my first contract. Woo! I'm really excited about that, to be honest. I submitted 6 auditions. One night I just kind of knocked out several that seemed interesting and had, kind of fit my persona and my voice and, what they were looking for. And also auditions that weren't crazy long or complicated or things like that. You'll see kind of a range of different auditions. It's really whatever the author posts. Sometimes the author just wants you to read a paragraph. Some other auditions that I saw that I passed over were pages. And I'm I don't have time to spend on pages just for an audition. So I knocked out those 6 different auditions, and I heard back from this one within a couple of days. It was a really quick turnaround, and they made the offer, and I accepted the offer. We did our little contract online through the website, all that jazz. And now I'm producing the book. So I'm reading through and recording it per ACX guidelines, which I highly recommend you look into before you go search around the website. There is a lot of good information you need to know up front, what they expect, they as an ACX, what they expect on recording quality and, type of file, all those kind of specifics when it comes to the recording itself. It also goes over the pay methods and what to expect on the website, all those kind of logistical details which you want to be aware of before you start doing that work, because if it's not going to fit your timeline or your pay expectancies, what you expect to get paid, then it may not be the best option for you. But in all the research, all the reading I did about ACX, it's something I wanted to give a try. Speaking of pay, when it comes down to pay, there are a couple different options to get paid on ACX. That is all up to the author. You can negotiate when you're doing your contract. If they don't already have a payment method selected in their posting, then you can negotiate, like, hey, I want to get paid X amount per hour that I put into this. That is one way that you can get paid, is just per working hour. Another way is royalty share. What royalty share is, if you're not familiar with royalties, is once the author receives their cut from Audible for, all the sales of the book, you will then receive a cut of their cut, basically. So the author is splitting their shares with you for any sales of the book, the audiobook, to be precise. From videos that I've seen around YouTube and other resources, royalty share is not really the best way to go. Very rarely do you get like lucky and get like a really, really big seller, and you're going to make more doing royalty share than the work per hour. I will say that this particular book is royalty share. And, I wasn't afraid to take that because this is my first gig. I'm just excited to do the work, and I'm excited to put my name on something and say, hey, I did this, and I can use that going further. And, basically building my resume, building a voiceover resume, and say, hey, I've done this work. I've produced this thing. You can go look at it. You can go listen to, the demo and know what my work sounds like. So I'm really excited to just do this and just put something on my resume, regardless of what it makes me. I don't imagine it's going to pay me a whole lot, but anything is going to be fine at this point. I'm more interested in the experience and the resume building right now. Obviously that'll change as time goes on and I start getting more work and my time becomes more valuable. But right now, I'm a little desperate for some voiceover work, just kind of getting the ball rolling and getting some experience and get that started. So I'm sure you can understand, we kind of all do that whenever we're starting in something new. But I just need to be aware and know when that time is to start cutting those things out and really value my time much more. So that day will come. I'm not worried about it right now. So I don't have much more to talk about this week. That exciting news about getting my first job through ACX was kind of all I had to share, and really what I've been working on recently is just starting the recording process and getting that done. The only other thing I want to just kind of remind you is the resources playlist that I have put together. So once you get done with this video, you can click on the channel itself, go over to the playlists tab, and you'll see the resources playlist. I said I've been building that up with resources and videos that I have found in my searches on YouTube on learning more about voiceover. And there's a lot of good videos there, and that's really kind of just a starting point. So a lot of those videos, their entirety has a bunch of good information. A few of those videos, there's like a snippet or two or a couple of things in there that I really grasped onto, and that's why I wanted to put that in the resources playlist. And I will note some of those are in a series. So if it says, blah, blah, blah series, or video 1 of blank, watch that series. Like I've just included the first one because I don't want to flood that playlist with, 5 videos that's from this one person when I just put the first one and you can, watch the rest. So watch out for that. There's a couple of videos that are series. And so please watch through all of that. That's going to help you tremendously, as it's helped me and taught me a lot. I will also say that I have a saved playlist. I am starting to use Reaper as my DAW, my audio software. And there is a saved playlist from Booth Junkie on how he sets up Reaper and how he uses it for voiceover. And I've followed that. And that's how I have my Reaper set up. And I think it makes life a lot easier, not only when recording, but when organizing files and exporting files. So like he does the organization of the files in the computer and kind of all of that. So it's not all jumbled up how it does it by default or how other softwares just kind of throw a gajillion files in your documents or, somewhere. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a new DAW to use, or you're wanting to get into something besides like Audacity, Reaper is a really great program. One reason why I am using Reaper is because right now they have a really cool program that you can download and use Reaper for an extended period of time for free. Basically, all you have to do is you have to agree to wear a mask and social distance when you go out and about. So I thought that was really neat, because of the times right now, that they are offering that to stay in, do your voice work, use their software, and just, promise to wear a mask and do the right thing when you're out and about. So I'm currently using that, and I'm definitely going to be paying for a license once this extended trial is up. Not only because of that goodwill and that really awesome gesture, but because I do love the software. I tried to go back to Audacity the other day, and I just couldn't. So I really enjoyed Reaper, and I think it's a great piece of software, a lot of customization, and I just am already hooked on it in like a week's time. So go check that out. Check out Reaper and check out that saved playlist by Booth Junkie on how to set it up and how to use it for voiceover specifically. That's going to about do it this week. If you guys have anything that you want to hear about, you want to know more about my setup, whether it be my audio equipment or, how I'm using Reaper, what X website, like what getting set up on ACX really looks like, what getting a gig set up on Fiverr looks like. If you have any other questions or things that you'd like me to do or talk about in these videos, please comment below. I would really love to hear that, because some of these weeks there's not going to be as much to talk about. It's going to be, hopefully, as I start getting work, like, hey, this is the work that I'm doing, this is what I'm up to, and that's it. So these videos might get a lot shorter, but I'd love to fill some of that space, some of that time with things that the community want to know about, you want to learn about, and I would love to be able to deliver that best I can. So hit me up with a comment. Obviously subscribe to the channel. The bell also helps, statistics and all that stuff on YouTube, but it also lets you know when a new video goes live. Trying to stick to midweek posts. I know this one's going up just a little late, so apologies there. It's been a little crazy week. Obviously, with this work, I've been trying to spend my time getting that done and not on the YouTube side of things. But hopefully talk to you again next week, and we'll have something new to talk about one way or another. So until next time, I'm Josh Brigolari from JBVO. Thanks so much. Take care.